Everyone's cracking up at a joke that you don't find even remotely amusing, and you just stand there with a neutral expression while the laughter dies down around you. Your coworker tells what they think is a hilarious story, and everyone else is politely chuckling, but you can't bring yourself to fake even a smile. At social gatherings, you're the person who doesn't laugh on cue when everyone else seems to find the same things funny, while others seem to laugh reflexively at anything joke-shaped. You only laugh when something is actually funny to you. You're not being a killjoy. You're not lacking a sense of humor or trying to make social situations awkward. Your brain just processes humor differently than people who laugh socially rather than authentically. And there are completely normal reasons why some of us can only access genuine laughter rather than performative social laughter. Let's start with what's actually happening when you don't laugh at unfunny jokes. Most people engage in what psychologists call social laughter, laughing not because something is genuinely amusing, but because laughter is expected, appropriate, or helpful for group cohesion. But your brain seems to have a direct connection between finding something funny and producing laughter, with no social override function. It's like your laugh response is controlled by your genuine humor appreciation system rather than your social appropriateness system. When something strikes you as funny, you laugh naturally and authentically. When it doesn't, no amount of social pressure or expectation can trigger the laughter response that others seem to access on command. And here's something that happens to people who only laugh when genuinely amused. You probably have a very honest relationship with your own internal responses. You can't fake emotions or reactions convincingly because your expressions are directly tied to your authentic internal experience rather than to social management strategies. Think about how this affects your experience in social situations. While others are using laughter as social lubrication to maintain group harmony and show engagement, you're unable to participate in this collective performance. Your silence during unfunny moments becomes noticeable in ways that others' automatic social laughter doesn't. The inability to laugh at unfunny things often comes from having what researchers call high authenticity preference. You're more comfortable being genuine than being socially appropriate. When those two things conflict, your brain prioritizes honest expression over social conformity, even when that honesty creates awkward moments. You probably feel genuinely confused by others' ability to laugh at things that aren't funny. Their laughter seems mysterious or forced to you because you can't access the social laughter system that allows people to produce genuine-sounding laughter in response to social cues rather than actual humor. Research from Dr. Robert Provine shows that most human laughter is actually social rather than humor-based. People laugh to show agreement, reduce tension, signal belonging, and maintain relationships. Your brain might be missing or suppressing this social laughter function in favor of authentic humor response only. But here's what's really happening. When you don't laugh at unfunny jokes, you're not being antisocial, you're being authentic. Your laughter means something because it only occurs when you're genuinely amused, which makes your positive reactions more meaningful, but also less frequent in social situations. And there's this thing about how you probably interpret others' laughter. When everyone else laughs at something you don't find funny, you might wonder if you're missing something, if your sense of humor is broken, or if you're the only one who realizes the joke wasn't actually amusing. You know that awkward moment when someone tells a joke that falls flat for you, but everyone else is laughing, and you're left wondering whether to fake amusement or just stand there honestly unamused? Your brain chooses honesty even when it creates social discomfort. Here's something interesting about people who don't laugh at unfunny jokes. You often have sophisticated senses of humor and can be incredibly funny yourselves. Your standards for what constitutes genuine humor might be higher, making you more selective about what triggers your laughter response. Studies show that people who engage primarily in genuine laughter rather than social laughter often have stronger connections between their humor appreciation and their emotional expression systems. When you laugh, it's because something actually struck you as amusing, not because laughter seems socially appropriate. Think about how others respond to your honest reactions to humor. Some people might find your authenticity refreshing because they know your laughter means genuine amusement. Others might find your lack of social laughter uncomfortable because it doesn't provide the expected social feedback. The inability to fake laughter often reflects broader patterns of authenticity in emotional expression. You probably have difficulty producing convincing fake smiles, fake enthusiasm, or other performative emotional displays that others can access easily for social management purposes. And here's something that makes social situations more complicated for authentic laughers. You become the person whose reactions others monitor to gauge whether jokes are actually funny versus just socially acceptable. Your honest responses serve as a kind of humor quality control that others might rely on. Most people who don't laugh at unfunny things have experienced social pressure to be more reactive, more easily amused, or more willing to laugh along with group dynamics. But your brain simply doesn't have the social override function that allows performative laughter on demand. But there's a social cost to authentic-only laughter. You might be seen as difficult, humorless, or antisocial when you're actually just honest about what amuses you. Your silence during unfunny moments can be interpreted as judgment or rejection rather than simple lack of amusement. You probably notice the difference between genuine group laughter and polite social laughter more acutely than others do. When something is truly funny to everyone, the laughter sounds different from the courtesy chuckling that follows mediocre jokes or awkward attempts at humor. Research reveals that people who primarily laugh authentically often have lower social anxiety around humor because they're not constantly managing their reactions for others' comfort. Your laughter is honest, which means you don't have to remember what you're supposed to find funny. The goal isn't to develop fake laughter skills or to force amusement at things that don't genuinely amuse you. Your authentic relationship with humor is valuable, even when it sometimes creates social awkwardness or makes you seem less socially flexible than others. You might try explaining to close friends that your laughter represents genuine amusement rather than social courtesy, so they understand that your silence doesn't mean judgment and your laughter means real appreciation. And honestly, there's something refreshing about people whose laughter you can trust, because it only occurs when they're actually amused. In a world full of performative social responses, your authentic reactions to humor provide genuine feedback about what's actually funny. You don't need to develop social laughter skills or start faking amusement to fit in better socially. Your authentic relationship with humor means that when you do laugh, it carries more weight and meaning than constant social laughter that doesn't discriminate between funny and unfunny. So next time you're standing silent while others laugh at something unfunny, remember that your honesty about humor is a form of integrity. Your brain refuses to fake amusement, which means your laughter represents genuine joy rather than social performance. Your authentic reactions to humor might sometimes create awkward moments, but they also provide real feedback about what's actually amusing versus what people think they should find funny. That kind of honesty is rare and valuable, even when it's not always socially convenient. Are you someone who only laughs when genuinely amused? Or do you laugh socially even at unfunny things? What do you think creates these different relationships with humor and social laughter? Let me know, because I suspect there are more authentic laughers out there than our socially performative culture might recognize. To get more psychology content like this in your feed, please subscribe, hit the like button, and share your experiences with us. You'll be supporting our efforts too. Thanks for watching.